See these teams play. People want to see these players play.
That they will keep fighting until the end.
And they go into this fixture tonight knowing they've beaten Real Madrid away from home 4-0 in La Liga. In the Spanish Super Cup, there was a 5-2 victory for Barcelona. So everything in the garden is rosy for Barcelona, but I promise you, don't underestimate a wounded Real Madrid. Write them off at your peril. Difficult tonight.
The first Barcelona coach to win his first 3 Clásicos, but first, the national anthem. To the hands of Arsenal in the Champions League. This is big for them tonight.
Doesn't see what Ancelotti has gone with, but for Barcelona, tried and trusted. It's the same setup. If Lewandowski was fit, he would be playing, and that would probably be their strongest 11 if Alejandro Balde was available at left back as well.
It's the front two of Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior.
Yep, and as I say, Robert, it's going to be interesting to see how they line up. Is it going to be different tactics from Real Madrid at the start of the game? They're a little bit more conservative. They don't want Barcelona to get off to a fly. Balde not playing. It does mean it's a slight change in the back four, and can Gerard Martin
know in the Spanish media that he was unlikely to start the game. Lamine Yamal gives it to Rudiger. Ceballos.
At the response of Dani Olmo, who probably thinks it's a close one. I think he can be trusted.
He's immediately on the ball here for Real Madrid. De Jong. Lamine Yamal looking to run at Fran Garcia for the first time and gets joy. Rudiger covers.
Thrown into the thick of the action, and suddenly Lamine Yamal down that left flank. It's going to be Dani Ceballos ahead of him. He ain't going to get too much help defensively from Rudiger. Did come across on the cover. And
Clásicos this season, he'll back himself, and he certainly has on social media over the past few days to have an impact. Tonight for Barcelona. Vinicius given straight back to Dani Olmo and Barcelona. Rudiger takes him out, but Barca keep moving. Rafinha, Ferran Torres in the middle.
Interesting to see what the players are making of the pitch, because in my opinion, I'm watching it, it's slow. The passing it's slow. The players are having to strike the ball a touch firmer than they would.
Second leg defeat to Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, having beaten them 4-0 at home.
But the style and the identification that you see from Barcelona now is astonishing.
Lamine Yamal drives! He nearly found the corner. Courtois was rooted to the ground.
Yes, an interesting Thibaut Courtois, because doesn't make much attempt for it. He probably feels it's drifting harm, but it does curl towards that far post, and a bit too close for comfort for Thibaut Courtois. Try and stop him.
Barca goes short this time. Here's Pedri. Swept in, but there is... It's around Lamine Yamal, but there is Inigo Martinez, and now looking to get away. And the challenge.
Simulation with little fouls by the Real Madrid players rather than one particularly bad one.
To Carlo Ancelotti. Clearly Ricardo de Burgos Bengoechea not having any nonsense from the touchline. Pedri. Real Madrid on the counter-attack now with Vinicius, but there's Lamine Yamal winning it back.
There's no foul there whatsoever, just dispossessed.
Real Madrid.
Probably I'm looking at a numerical, trying to get a superiority in midfield where he thinks Barcelona are particularly strong. So we're talking about, say, the 4-1-4-1 you talked before the game, and the teams announced the amount of central midfield players. Tchouameni's not getting far away from the centre-backs.
Lamine Yamal squares it. Pedri's onto it!
An absolute magician this season for Barcelona. The criticism, does he score enough goals? There, picks up the ball, he plays it forward, there's no offside, the play can continue. And he backs up the play, that's him with the long pass. Starts off the attack as Lamine Yamal gets in there, Real Madrid with lots of bodies back behind the ball, all in the penalty area, ignoring the attacking run from Pedri. Yes, he's going to hit the target, he's going to have a shot, but look at the technique. He's picking out the top corner.
Lamine Yamal. On to Koundé. Off he goes, skipping and moving the ball, can't quite. Vinicius slips and Lamine Yamal conjures up something brilliant and tries to set away Ferran Torres. Flag stays down for now. Lamine Yamal is down holding his face, and Dani Ceballos, the smile to suggest he feels he won't get in any further trouble for this.
There's a debate on who the throw should have gone to. The referee going to talk to both. It is Barcelona's throw. I have to be honest, I haven't seen a slap on the mouth, isn't there, from Dani Ceballos? The arms are... There was no trip on Vinicius, there was no kick on Vinicius. It was a hell of a collision between the three of them.
Jude Bellingham to get up. De Jong, Lamine Yamal. One game ban.
That's incredible. Honestly, the referee's report was the deciding factor. The referee on the day didn't even give a free kick, didn't give a yellow card, and he was adjudged to match. He's going to appear, and he's a sub for Real Madrid in the second half. It strengthens clearly their attacking options. A truly brilliant footballer, and he has been, in my opinion, fantastic this season for Real Madrid. So just a one-goal deficit after being totally outplayed in the first half. Kylian Mbappe coming on. Real Madrid do have a chance.
A look and a smile at the camera from Lamine Yamal. Free kick given against Tchouaméni, who's on a yellow, let's not forget. Rafinha in towards Dani Olmo. Lamine Yamal. Yamal. And
skips inside, doesn't he? Very predictable, Lamine Yamal.
Pedri floats and collects from Lamine Yamal.
Friends in high places, isn't it? Lewandowski recommended him, made the phone call, and he is playing in the Copa del Rey.
Dani Olmo collected from Rafinha.
Slower from Barcelona in the second half. It's easier, if anything.
Ceballos shut down by Kubasi. Here's Lamine Yamal. Fran Garcia and Rudiger's combined effort deal with him. The 17-year-old calls for a rally from the Blaugrana support in the stands.
Successful enough this season, but there was an opportunity. All that goes out the window, and they do have the talent to get back on level terms. A single decision on the back of what's happened this week.
Jabbed to Koundé. Lamine Yamal tries to get away from Fran Garcia. Runs out of pitch, claims there was a touch from the left back. They've fashioned a number of chances since the break, and Barcelona have gone cold. Lamine Yamal. So headed for extra time. Deprived of that since half-time.
Quicker again. I talked about how slower the possession was in the second half.
Pedri. Rafinha. Lamine Yamal. It's outstanding from Pedri. Altafada Gula. He stumbles. Wins it back from Lamine Yamal.
The Barcelona players, it's a mismatch in terms of pace and speed.
Can't deal with Frankie de Jong. They can't deal with Barcelona here, in by Lamine Yamal, or what there for a moment.
Yeah. I think now they're winning. I think we'll see some sort of regular back four.
De Jong.
Rudiger's not there at the moment.
Sprinting back into the scene here as ball's popped in towards her this season. Pedri, Lamine Yamal, who might do it. But for the...
You thought he had there, didn't you? We could see from our angle. There was curl on it. It was heading toward... The first time he's been allowed to do that tonight, Lamine Yamal.
Fermin Lopez, so Gavi and Hector Fall waiting to come on. Lamine Yamal has popped a ball that's asked a question of Real Madrid, and Ferran Torres has delivered. He's been their go-to man in the Copa del Rey, and how about that tonight in the final?
Dominating, Real Madrid fighting back, taking the lead. Lamine Yamal with a wonderful pass over the top of Rudiger, who's labouring. He has a knock. Courtois comes out, Ferran Torres wants to get that first touch, but takes it away from the defender, takes it away from the goalkeeper. Then, can he get... It's got to have the right pace on it, it's got to be accurate. He doesn't want to think too much because, I promise you, he would miss. So just get it on target, play by instinct. And he's been superb this year. It's back up to Lewandowski, and I'm just at my mouth about wouldn't they love to have Lewandowski there tonight. His replacement, Ferran Torres, does it again. And the 16 starts, that's his 18th goal this season. A lot of them have come from the bench, but he can be counted on this season. When you look at the players for both teams, and it promised a lot and it's delivered.
Unload the shot in the end. Lamine Yamal tried to pirouette beyond Tchouaméni. Gula was fouled. Koundé. Fermin Lopez. Lamine Yamal has it back. Mbappe takes on too much. Lamine Yamal with Gula behind him. He didn't know that. Lotti to review here with the score at Barcelona 2, Real Madrid 2 in Seville. So Real Madrid will get the extra.
Going to find another decisive player. So thin on the ground now for Ancelotti. Again, a competitive player.
Bit of energy from him. Ferran Torres, Lamine Yamal. Brahim Diaz. One back by Fermin. Lamine Yamal. There's another one of those passes in him to Ferran Torres, who looks up and saw Rafinha was arriving.
He's not first to the ball. Barcelona slow passing attack, which has allowed the white shirts to get back in position.
Fermin Lopez. Free kick was poor, gives it straight back to Barcelona. Lamine Yamal. Does he still have some creativity in his legs here? And they had a run, it was Tchouaméni again.
Yeah, he was just flying onto that one.
They're trying to catch their breath, the players out there, including 17-year-old Lamine Yamal. They'll be feeling it here now, Barcelona.
Yeah, we're talking about 90 minutes of football. I think we had 5-6 minutes at the end of each half as well.
Penalties. Real Madrid, of course, have already had penalty glory this season against Atletico in the Champions League. Koundé down. Here's Eric Garcia. Most meaningful touches up.
He's taken off Pedri. There isn't a bigger player in this team than Pedri. Lamine Yamal.
It's a lovely play from Lamine Yamal. He offloaded the ball, and then Dio keeps it in play, and then Lamine Yamal wins it back. Modric gets in his way, but it's another pass of his.
How much? We're going to soon find out how much added on.
Longer ramifications as well of this. Look at Barcelona.
Now that's good to see from Vinicius. Actually, he's a player that does get a lot of criticism, but he's fully fit again. Hopefully within a couple of weeks from his point of view. Balde, will he be fit again this season? He was a miss tonight.
And it is a young group. This is something that Hansi Flick spoke about beforehand. We have a really young team, and this is a great experience for them, and finals are different. Kept saying his players had to enjoy it, and the leaders with their teammates. Glory for Barcelona once again in the Copa del Rey. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks for the next Clásico in La Liga.